I'd like to call this session to order, please. Can I have a roll call, please? Sorry, Paula.
Chairperson Preston,
Here.
Vice Chair Haynes,
Here.
Member Brumwell. Here. Member Boucher,
Present.
Member Bunty.
Here. Here.
And you all please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from January 29, 2025?
I'll move to approve the minutes from.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Can I have a verification that the properties were posted and the meeting was advertised for this evening?
It was.
Okay. Giselle, want to take over the hearing announcements?
Yes. Is this on? It doesn't
Are you
seem to
green?
be- No. Ah, there we are. Okay, sorry. Okay, my name is Joselle Cleary. I am the solicitor for the zoning hearing board. There are 3 hearings on the agenda this evening, and all 3 of them will be considered in accordance with the procedure that I'm going to outline now. I am not going to outline the procedure at the beginning of each hearing. All of the hearings will be conducted in a manner required by a state law called the Pennsylvania Municipalities Planning Code. The first item of business for each hearing will be to determine the parties to the hearing. The applicant is a party to the hearing. By state law, the borough is a party to the hearing, whether or not the borough chooses to actively participate in the hearing. In accordance with Borough Zoning Hearing Board procedure, if the Borough Planning Commission sends a representative, the Zoning Hearing Board recognizes the Borough Planning Commission as a party. Other persons can seek to be recognized as parties. You do not have to be recognized as a party if all you wish to do is present evidence to the Zoning Hearing Board or to ask questions of witnesses. If you wish to preserve your right to file an appeal to the Lancaster County Court of Common Pleas from whatever the decision is in the hearing, then you must request to be recognized as a party because only parties have the right to file an appeal. In order for the board to recognize a person as a party to a hearing, the person has to have what's known as standing. That is an interest in that particular hearing that is different from the interest of all people in seeing that other people comply with the zoning ordinance. Generally, if you live in the immediate vicinity of the property that is the subject of the application or own land in the immediate vicinity, you would have standing to be recognized as a party. After all of the parties to a hearing are determined, then the applicant will have the opportunity to present evidence in support of the application. Each witness testifying for an applicant has to be sworn or affirmed. The members of the board or I may ask questions for clarification. Other parties can cross-examine the applicant's witnesses, and people in the audience will also be given an opportunity to ask questions of those witnesses. After all of the applicant's witnesses have testified, if there are any other actively participating parties to that hearing, those parties will be given the opportunity to present their evidence. Those witnesses will have to be sworn or affirmed, can be cross-examined by the applicant. Members of the board or I may ask questions for clarification, and then they can be questioned by other persons as well. After all of the parties have presented their testimony, then any other person in the audience who wishes to make a statement will be given the opportunity to do so. Such persons must also be sworn or affirmed and can be questioned in the same manner as any other witness. After all of the evidence is presented, the board can adopt a motion to close the record on the hearing. Under state law, the zoning hearing board has 45 days from the close of testimony to render a decision. The board may render a decision this evening, either with or without holding an executive session for quasi-judicial deliberation, or the board may take the matter under advisement and render a decision at another public meeting held within 45 days of the close of testimony. All parties will get a copy of a written decision after it is issued. There is a court reporter present at the hearing. State law requires that the zoning hearing board keep a stenographic record of its proceedings. In order that the court reporter can do her job, only one person should speak at a time. So please wait until you're recognized before speaking. The first time you speak, you will have to identify yourself. Please spell your name, no matter how simple you think your name is. After all, Ann is spelled A-N-N and A-N-N-E, and we would like you to spell your name so the record will be complete and accurate. Please also wait until a person finishes speaking if you're asking or answering a question, so that you're not talking over someone else and making the court reporter's job more difficult. Does anyone have any questions concerning the procedure that will be followed in each of the 3 hearings as I have explained it? Let the record show that no person had any questions concerning the procedure that the board will follow in each of the 3 hearings. The first hearing is the application of Anthony Mateo, M-A-T-E-O, for property identified as 50 North 4th Street, owned by Burmar, B-U-R-M-A-R, Real Estate, LLC. Is there anyone present representing the applicant? The applicant is identified as Anthony Mateo. All right. Are you Mr. Mateo? Is there anyone who wishes to be recognized as a party to this hearing other than the borough, which is a party automatically by law? And what is her name? Can you spell that? Is there anyone else who wishes to be recognized as a party to the application relating to 50 North 4th Street? Okay, seeing none, the parties to this application are Anthony Mateo and Krista Mateo and the borough. Mr. Mateo, if you are going to be presenting evidence, you have to be sworn or affirmed, and you need to go to the podium and use the microphone.
I do. So I think the only evidence that I do have is already in the package of why we're trying to use the place.
Can you speak into the microphone,
Oh,
please?
sorry.
Thank you.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes.
cool. So I think everything that I have should be in the package already that we gave on why we want to utilize the facility and to use it as a place of worship. To use it as a place of worship in 50 North 4th Street, we believe that we can be a great help to Columbia and the community, and that's why we're here to serve Columbia.
For the record, you are saying that your testimony consists of your application, which is the completed borough form,
Yes.
and there was a permit application for approval that was denied based on not having zoning approval, and a series of photographs.
Yes.
And that is your entire case?
Yes.
The borough is a party. Does the borough wish to ask the applicant any questions? And for the record, please identify yourself.
We do. My name is Steve Caulfield. I'm the Columbia Borough Manager. So, Mr. Mateo,
Yes.
quick question. How many off-street parking spaces are available currently?
Currently, right now,
Yes.
during the time we're having our
No,
services
currently on the lot.
on the lot, I'm gonna say on the side, I think there's like 3 or 4.
So are you aware, or let me ask you another question. How many people do you propose to be in the church at, say, a service or something like that, like seating areas?
Well, right now, it's like
altogether, we have maybe like 15, and everyone that we have, it's in between, in walking distance, because they live in Columbia.
Okay, so you're looking at like a congregation at any one given time at around 15 seats is what you're looking at.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Okay. Kind of what the borough, I believe, is concerned with a couple things, but one of the things with the parking, just to let you know, the spaces that you currently have available now, if it was a conforming lot, the boarding house above would need 12 parking spaces.
Right.
Okay. And then you would be looking, in this case in here, you would need 1 parking space for every 5 congregate people. So you would be looking at having a total of 15 parking spaces, at which point you have 4. So the borough kind of takes exception to that. Also, do you know the square footage of your lot? And I guess my line of questioning is, do you know what is required of you in order to have this at this particular location?
Yes, I believe it's like around 6,000 square feet, I think it is, and I think what's required is like 2,500 or 1,000, I think it was.
Yeah, you have 6,970
Yeah.
square feet, and your requirement is 20,000 square feet. So you are approximately 28% of
Yeah.
your square footage that's needed as well. With all those, with those 2 major considerations in here and a regular meeting that we had as a public meeting last night, council actually was a 6-1 in opposition of this particular spot. Some of their concerns and some of their reasons were just what I spelled out here. Other ones were the fact that we do have places of worship that are vacant within the borough, so we have other opportunities and other spaces for this to happen. So I think that's all for my questioning at this point. Thank you.
If I may, you presented some testimony as to what council did.
Right.
I think he needs to be sworn or affirmed so that testimony is part of the record.
Okay.
So can you do that? And Mr. Mateo, you were asked a question about a boarding house. Is there, the manager asked about the boarding house above. Well, can you describe exactly what is on the property?
I'm guessing it's a hotel upstairs. I'm not sure what it is. I'm just trying to rent the bottom part.
So you're not
Okay.
the owner, you're just a renter.
Yes.
And when you say, how many stories does this building have?
It has, I believe it's 3.
And you're going to rent
The
the
first floor.
first floor?
Yes.
And you don't know what's on the second or third floor?
I know what's on the second floor. It's like a hotel / rooming. So they're like people that rent rooms in there.
Do you know what's on the third floor?
Same thing. It's all the same thing, yeah.
Are all the restrooms separate from the boarding house?
Yes.
As far as the second floor, sir, third floor, just to clarify,
Mhm.
You're only renting the first floor spot,
Yes.
and do you know who would be? Is there going to be another renter? for the
No,
second
just me and my wife.
I'm sorry, sir.
Just me and my wife is doing, and yeah.
Oh, so you and your wife are going to live upstairs?
No, we don't, we're not living anywhere there. We're just renting downstairs.
You're just renting downstairs?
Yes.
But you're renting it, but your landlord,
Mhm.
Yeah, I have, who is the property owner? There's two different names as property owners. You have
So-
Burnell Burkholder, and then you have Peaceful Home Management.
We went through Peaceful Home Management, but Burnell is the actual owner of the house. I guess he's using them to rent out the place.
And who is Peaceful Home Management then?
I guess that's a property manager. I guess that's the people he used to rent out the place,
And who are you going through to rent this?
the Peaceful Homes.
Okay. So you're almost a third party
Yeah,
since Peaceful is in there too now.
yeah. We pay Peaceful Homes basically. I
And
guess.
they pay Burnell.
Yes.
And how many days of worship are you planning to have?
We have Sunday, which is from 10:30 to like 12 or 12:30, and then we have Wednesday night Bible studies.
What about extracurricular activities like ladies groups, men's groups, kids groups?
Those well, at first we're starting to grow, and so as we grow, then we have those coming up too as well. And so we're still small, and so as we grow, then we start to implement those too as well.
Would that all be on a Sunday and Wednesday? Or would that go into
No,
other days of the
it'll
week?
probably be maybe like a Thursday night. Yeah, like a Thursday night, then during the weekends, like Saturday mornings, maybe breakfasts. We also plan to do like giveaways too as well, like to the community, give out food and stuff like that too.
For clarification, are you already operating on the property?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because you're talking about we are.
Well,
Where
I'm
is-
talking like in future, yeah. That's what I'm not. That's a plan. That was just,
So where does your church currently meet now?
right now, we currently meet at my home.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't cut you off. Did I cut your questions off? I'm sorry. Anybody else?
Do you know, how many people will fit in the sanctuary area?
I'm gonna say around 100. Yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit about your background? Like, how did you become a pastor and
Yes.
the story?
I moved to Columbia in 2002. I came out here for my kids and everything. My kids went to Columbia High. All of them went to the school. I have two sons. They play football at Columbia. I kind of went a wrong route during 2008. I used to sell drugs in Columbia, all around. And in 2015, I went to prison for like 5 years. And in there is where is where God came into my life, basically. I didn't look for him. He came to where I was at, basically. And so I was there. I studied, went to school in there, did a lot of reading, going in. And when I got out, I kept it going. You know what I mean? I told myself that I'm gonna do what God asked me to do, and it was Columbia as well, because I did a whole lot, to be messing around out here. So I feel like back to Columbia as well. And so I became a pastor in 2024 was. Yeah, 2024. We are part of another church, which is called Legacy in Lancaster. So we're part of them, and they have released us to start a church, and I'm here now. So yeah, I believe that God called me to be a pastor. So yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What made you pick this property for your site?
It's in the center. I believe, me personally, I believe it's a God thing. It's in the center, it's in the middle of everything. Not only that, but from what I'm hearing, even the place itself, there's a lot of stuff going on there, and we believe that we can go in there and turn it around. And so we know, I just feel like it's what God wants us to be at the point in time.
And before this evening, were you aware that there were other properties available that are already or can serve as a communal space?
No, because we have been looking. We have been looking in Columbia in the areas that we have not. I've known that until I've heard it earlier.
So you didn't reach out to the borough, talk to them, reach
I've
out to
been-
any of the merchants in town?
I was trying to talk. So there was another place, I think down on Second, maybe, where it used to be an old Mennonite church there
Okay.
by the Trinity. I called here and they told me to call Lancaster. So I'm calling around to see, like, what can I do? But I really didn't get any answers. So
But you didn't reach out to our borough manager
no, I didn't
or
reach out to them.
come to council?
No.
Okay. Any other questions? Do you have any more?
No.
Do you guys have any questions?
Is there anyone in the audience who has any questions for this witness? Let the record show no one in the audience had any questions. Does the applicant have any other witnesses he wishes to present? Does the borough wish to provide any testimony beyond that which was already provided?
I do not.
Is there anyone in the audience not recognized as a party who wishes to make a statement to the board concerning this application? Let the record show that no one, okay, if you wish to speak, you need to be sworn or affirmed and state your name for the record. And you need to go up to the microphone.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give this evening shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And state and spell your name.
Name is Krista, Christa. EL.
And give your testimony.
And about the looking we had down, but we also have to consider what, and a lot of those places are very expensive, and this place was perfect within our budget as well. So that was another reason that we did choose this place. And we just want to come out here and be an asset to the community. Like my husband said, we want to do donations. We want to have giveaways. We have connections with A Hope, which they give you food so that you can give it out to families. We have so many plans that we want to come in and just help Columbia. We already go to the Susquehanna Nursing Home and we visit them twice a month. We do service with them on Sundays and we do outreach on Saturdays. So we'll pray with them, we'll sing, we'll dance, whatever it is. We're going to do bingo soon. So we've already been in Columbia just trying to be as useful as we can. So we just really want that building to come in here and be even more of a use and just help the community. I mean, we know there's people out there that are on drugs or struggling or homeless and be used by God to set people free.
Is that what you want to present?
Yes.
Is there anyone in the audience who has any questions for this witness? Let the record show there were none. Does the borough have any questions for this witness?
No, we do not.
Do the members of the board have any questions for this witness?
I do not.
I do not.
It sounds therefore like the board has heard all of the testimony for this application, unless the applicant wishes to present more testimony. Okay, seeing no more testimony, it would be appropriate for there to be a motion to close the record.
Is there a motion to close the record?
I second.
No, I asked for the
I'll
motion.
move to close the record.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries to close the record.
And then now
we-
the board has the options now of deliberating publicly, deliberating in an executive session, or taking the matter under advisement and going on to the next application.
Is there any motions for the next process?
motion to have an executive session.
Okay, so I have a motion to go to executive session. Everyone okay with that?
Yes.
All right, let's head on back.
I understand. I personally have no doubt you can make everything work. Okay, I really do. The problem is, and like I was speaking to your husband, it's worked in all states that the borough has adopted. Okay, now, there's a lot more to what you asked for than what's been presented here tonight. So when you have what they call change of use, so it goes from tattoo parlor to a house of worship to change of use. Now, if we went by the letter of the book, that change of use would require you to have 16 off-street parking spaces because that resets on the grandfather style with the boarding house. We try to protect you guys from the fact that if that were to go through, somebody could actually shut the boarding house down, which is not what we're. So there's different things that you can change in uses. It's not really changing the business, it's changing
Okay, I'm going to move to make a motion. I move to deny the request for a variance from section 220-30.A30A of the zoning ordinance requiring a minimum lot area of 20,000 square feet for a house of worship, and having denied such variance, deny this application for a special exception under section 220-30.A30 to establish a house of worship on the first floor of the structure at 50 North 4th Street. Do I have a second to the motion?
I'll
Yeah.
second.
All those, can I have a roll call, please, for the motion?
Member Bunty?
Yes.
Member Thoucher?
Yes.
Member Broombaugh?
Yes.
Vice Chair Haynes?
Yes.
Chairperson Hess?
Yes. Motion carries to deny. I do recommend that you speak with our borough council or our borough manager in your quest and search for other properties.
Okay, the next application is for 27 South 5th Street. That is the application of John Reel for a special exception to convert an existing non-residential principal building or use into one or more dwelling units. Is the applicant present?
Yes.
Is there any person other than the borough who is a party by law who wishes to be recognized as a party to this application? Yes, sir, your name?
John.
Your last name? You're the applicant. Then who are you that said you were present?
I'm the one who got the letter. It's in my name.
Who are you?
I'm Michael Young. My name was up on that board for a little while.
Okay,
So
you,
who owns the property?
I'm the mortgagor. He's a mortgagee.
who is the record owner of the property?
When the tax is me, Michael, M-I-C-H-A-E-L, Young, Y-O-U-N-G.
Is the deed in the name of Michael Young?
Yes.
Is there anyone in the audience other than the applicant who wishes to be recognized as a party to this hearing? Let the record show that no person wished to be recognized as a party to the hearing. So the only parties to the hearing are the applicant and the borough. If the applicant wishes to present evidence, whoever presents evidence must be sworn or affirmed.
Okay, can I sit back down then?
If you are going to present evidence, you need to be sworn or affirmed and stay there. If you are not going to present evidence, then you do not have to be sworn or affirmed.
I'm only here because I got the letter in my name.
If you wish to present evidence, Mr. Reel, you must be sworn or affirmed.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give this evening shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but
I do.
Please present your case.
Sure. So I had purchased this property from Mick Young, and I'm making installment plans or installment payments to him every month. And we had a commercial unit downstairs. It was a tattoo parlor. The guy had moved out last maybe October. So we put it up as a commercial, like to rent it out. Did it through the property manager, and we hadn't gotten any calls. So now we'd like to see if there'd be a possibility of turning it into a multifamily or into a residence. There's already 3 units that we are renting out that are, so we consider it like a multifamily. We'd like to add this one to it if we could. That's what we're looking to do.
To clarify, when you say there are 3 units, are you talking about 3 residential apartments?
Yeah, it would be split out on 27 and 29 North 5th Street.
Aren't 27 and 29 separate properties?
Yeah, what they are, they'd be considered 2 units each, yes.
What is the property that you are making the application for?
27 downstairs.
And what is on 27?
Excuse me?
What is on 27?
What's the current condition of the property? What is it?
The current condition of it?
What is it? Is
So
it
it's a
retail?
residence. Oh, it's multifamily. It's rental.
Okay,
Yeah, the multifamily.
let's go back here. 27 is a separate and distinct property with a separate and distinct tax account number, correct?
Correct, yes.
What is on that separate and distinct property? What is on in terms of structure? What is on in terms of number of units? What is on in terms of parking?
So it's 2 units, an upstairs and a downstairs, and the parking is on the street. The downstairs was the tattoo parlor, the commercial unit. And that's the one that we would like to turn it into multi-family unit. Instead of commercial, because we had it out trying to get a commercial residence in, like for a store or whatever, office, and we just haven't been getting any calls.
When you say you want to turn it into multifamily, are you saying you want to have 1 dwelling unit downstairs, 2 dwelling units downstairs, 3 dwelling units down? Mr. Young, you said you weren't going to present testimony. Shouting from the audience is not testimony that the zoning hearing board can consider. The applicant has the burden to present testimony. Can you
So-
explain exactly what you are proposing for the first floor and exactly what exists on the second floor?
So the first floor, we would like to turn it into one bedroom, kitchen, and a bathroom. And the second floor is I would have to ask Michael Young, I believe it's a one bedroom, I think.
You can't ask
Okay.
people if
So I don't have it for certain, but I do have a set of drawings here. I could open up and look.
you are the applicant. It is your burden to present evidence. If you wish to not present evidence, then you don't have to, and the board will render its decision on the evidence or lack thereof presented.
Okay. To the best of my knowledge, it's a one bedroom on the upstairs. Could be a two bedroom. I'm not 100% on that.
What is your relationship with this property? What will you actually do with it?
I'm just using it as like a rental property.
So you're renting
Adding
it
it to a
from Mr.
portfolio?
Young.
Yeah, and then our plan is to purchase it from him
Gotcha.
outright.
So it's like a lease to own.
It is, yeah. We were going to do it. We had it set up to do it like a year or so ago, but with the interest rates so high, we decided to let it as is because him and I have a very good relationship. He's helped me out with a number of properties here in Columbia. So that's how I got to know him and had a good relationship with him all the time.
And we're only talking about renovating 27, so 29 has nothing to do with this hearing.
Correct.
And to go back to 27, you said that there is an apartment above that, a residential apartment above that. And then you want to put a first floor apartment in the retail, what's the real retail space, am I correct?
Correct.
And what kind of rooms are you gonna put in? A living room, kitchen, dining room, or something? I mean,
Yeah.
how would you?
So we were going to put in a kitchen, a living room, bathroom, and a bedroom.
On your application, it says you're also going to add a fire escape window in the bedroom. Is that the first unit or the second unit on the second floor?
That's on the first floor.
Does the
That is
second floor
correct.
have escape means too for egress?
They would have access, yeah, outside the back, and also they can come down the hall in the inside. They would have a two-way to escape, yeah. That is correct. We would need to put an escape window in the bedroom because the windows that are there, there's two there, but they're too small.
You need to keep your voice up.
So basically, you're changing it from one residential unit, one commercial unit, into two residential units. So when they call them, it'll be two residential units.
Correct.
Is there a backyard space?
Not much, maybe 10 by 10, something like that with the steps going down.
Do you know the square feet of both first and second floor?
I don't know exact, but I'm going to say maybe right around 800 for each floor.
Each floor?
Yeah.
And is the upstairs a one bedroom or two bedroom?
That's a question I'm not sure if I can answer. I'm going to say it's a 1, but I'm not 100%. It could be a 2.
It's gonna be laid out like the bottom floor if it's renovated.
It's going to be laid out a little bit different than the bottom floor.
And I would get back to Giselle's question about parking. How much parking do you have there for these rentals?
So there's a parking spot right outside along the street. All the parking right now is along the street. So there was a tattoo parlor there. He used to park there, and then he'd have customers that would come. Maybe one or two customers at a time. I'm not sure where they all parked. But yeah, I'm looking at maybe one parking spot right outside the door, possibly two.
You mean on-street parking though, not providing for parking?
Correct, on street.
So you're not providing any parking?
No.
In your denied application, you have listed here change wall for 2 bedrooms. That's the denied application. On the current application, you did not specify how many bedrooms you're planning to put in on this new unit. Is it 1 or is it 2?
So I wasn't 100% sure. I thought maybe I would talk to John if I would be allowed to use this. I would talk to John to see if we could use 2 bedrooms. If not, I would do 1.
Who's John?
Is he the zoning officer, the guy I talked to out here? Do I have his name wrong? I'm not sure. One
Oh,
of the guys I
okay.
was back and
Wasn't
forth
sure
with.
who we were talking about. Okay.
Yeah. He's a zoning
So
officer,
you're
right?
still not right.
Yeah.
Well, you're testifying, not me. I'm asking you questions. So you are saying here that it could be 1 or 2 bedrooms now.
Yeah, if the township would allow me to do 2 bedrooms, I would see if we can make it work.
But you're asking for a variance right now with us, and you're still not prepared.
Okay, so I would just go with the 1 bedroom then. If that's okay.
Do we have any more questions from our board? Do you have any questions for the borough?
I have, no questions, just a statement from the borough.
Well, that's not the time for this. We have to finish up with the applicant and then,
So I'm assuming that if you get approved, you're gonna have 29 is still a 2-unit. Do you know how many bedrooms are in each of those?
So the upstairs is 1 or 2 bedrooms.
Okay.
And you're purchasing this property. You're purchasing 27 and 29, and you don't know what your property consists of that you're leasing to own.
I have it in paperwork right here.
Are you familiar with our borough's laws and regulations that you must follow as a landlord?
As far as I know, I am, yeah, to the best of my
I
knowledge.
would suggest that you look that up.
Okay.
So you're saying you have 2 rentals of 29, and you want to make 27 2 rentals or 3 rentals?
2.
So it's 4.
Total of 4, yes.
Are you taking care of your property as far as maintenance and all that, or who does all that?
I have a property manager that does it. Smoker Property Management. They help us out with our properties, yeah.
And you're located in Paradise View?
Correct.
And you have other properties here in Columbia?
I do, yes.
Any more questions?
Is this going to be under your name or maybe an LLC or corporation?
It would be under an LLC after I purchase it outright from Michael Young.
So I have a question about, you said you couldn't rent the commercial space out. Management person, they take and try and get commercial tenants in there, or,
Correct.
and it didn't work out with them?
It didn't. So the story on it is with the commercial space, the insurance is a lot higher. So we had to ask a decent amount, and the insurance is quite a bit higher than what it would be multi. And because of that, we were asking a little bit higher as well. Side. It was probably $800. Yeah, maybe more, $800 to $1,200 more per year because it's commercial.
What is the condition for retail space? The condition of it, does it need renovation or?
Yeah, the inside would need some renovation to turn
Okay.
it.
So as is, what's the condition?
It was a tattoo parlor,
All right,
and we went and took out some of the walls that he had in. He had like little divider walls in. So right now it's just an open unit.
so it's
It's
an
one-
open, just an open space right now.
It is, yeah. And in the back, there's 2 separate rooms in the back. So
Okay.
that's why I'm kind of like, I didn't know if I'm allowed to do 1 bedroom or 2 bedrooms back there.
Okay, so then the downstairs that you're proposing then will have possibly 2 bedrooms, but you're not sure, or 1 bedroom?
I mean, if I have to make a decision tonight and it makes a difference, I'd say 1 bedroom, but 2 bedrooms rent better. They're a little easier to rent.
And there's a bathroom? and
There is.
a kitchen and a living room, dining room, or?
There's no kitchen. There is a bathroom, and we were going to move the bathroom space because it was right inside the door.
And is there going to be a kitchen though?
We would need to put a kitchen in.
Okay, in that specific area
Mhm.
on the first floor, that was the tattoo parlor.
Correct.
Okay.
Any more questions? Going for the 3rd time.
No, fine.
Okay.
Does the applicant have any other witnesses to present?
I do not.
Is there anyone in the audience who has questions for this witness? Okay, then it would be appropriate for the borough to present its testimony.
So the biggest issue with what the borough sees in this is we're going to be turning this into a multi-unit in a one-way on Fifth Street with limited parking to begin with, and we're going to require 4 parking spaces for what the gentleman is asking for. He can require, or he can provide 1. So that is an issue with the borough, and that's just pertaining to Unit 27 or address 27. So that's all I have.
Does the applicant have any questions for the borough manager?
Not as of now, I do not.
Does anyone in the audience have any questions for the borough manager? Please, you have to state your name, and yes, it would be good for you to speak into the microphone. If you're asking questions, no. If you think you're going to present testimony, you need to be sworn or affirmed. But you said you
I don't know
didn't
the
want to
difference.
present.
How about if I just get sworn in?
Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give today shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do. As far as the parking, when you're looking at the 2 buildings, it's
This
27.
is time to, you had your chance to present testimony. If you have a question for the borough manager, that's where we're at now.
Okay, my question is, the houses on Lancaster Avenue, their backyards come to Fifth Street, and their parking is out front, limited, so the parking spaces to the left of 27 look like there's like 5 of them. And then the other side of the street goes up to the brick little park. And like I've had the building for 25 years. He's had it for 5. And anytime I ever went down there to work on it in 25 years I was there, I never had a problem.
Mr. Young, do you have a
So my
question?
question is, there you go.
Good.
My question is, has anybody been up to look and see the situation?
So I was just up there today.
Okay. But you see what I'm talking about?
I totally agree.
Okay.
Okay, if I could just elaborate on what you were asking me in there, we're here specifically for 27, not for the surrounding areas, and that's what we're actually looking at today.
My question is about parking.
Yes.
And if you're talking about parking, you got to talk about the surrounding area. That's where the parking is.
The surrounding area isn't changing their variance though. 27 is.
Yeah, the zoning code for a rental property requires you to have 2 off-street parking spaces per rental unit. Okay, in this case, you would be having 2 rental units. Therefore, zoning requires you to have 4 off-street.
What did,
Tattoo parlor was something that was a commercial property,
how many parking?
so I would have to look at that.
Okay, thank you.
At this point, is there anyone in the audience who wishes to present testimony to the board? Let the record show no one in the audience wished to present testimony to the board. Does the applicant have any further testimony? Be appropriate for a motion to close the,
Do I have a motion to close the record?
I move to close the record.
All right, I have a motion and I have a second.
Yes.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries to close the record. Are we ready to make a ruling? Do you want to have an executive session? Do you want to postpone days?
It's an executive session.
Okay. Do I have a motion on the floor?
I move to deny the application of John Reel for a special exception to convert the first floor of the structure at 27 South Fifth Street into a dwelling unit for failure to present evidence of compliance with applicable requirements, including section 220-30.A14, 24,
Do I have a
14.
14? Do I have a second for the motion? Can I have a roll call for the vote, please?
Chairperson Preston,
Yes.
Vice Chair Haynes,
Yes.
Member Brugel,
Yes.
Member Belcher. Yes. And Member Bunting.
yes.
Motion carries to deny.
Okay, there is one more hearing this evening, and that is the application concerning 5-1 Locust Street, and it is the applicant of Chantel Wilchcombe.
That's it.
Okay, I'm feeling good. And for the record, does the court reporter have the application or should I spell it? Okay. Is there any person other than the borough that wishes to be recognized as a party to this application?
My property manager is here as well.
Well, if she's with you, she doesn't need to be a party.
Okay, got it.
So do you wish to be sworn or affirmed and present your testimony?
Yes. Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, so I'm looking to have a home that myself and my husband recently purchased to be used as a short-term rental. It's not freestanding of the neighboring home, which is 519 Locust Street. So we're looking to use it 30% of the time for our family. So it's my husband's family, my sister, and my mother and father have been coming down to visit. And the rest of the time, we're looking to rent it out. So I'll just kind of walk through some of the information I provided in the application. So the first one is the zoning hearing piece. The second part is adjustments to the rental application. And then the next part is just kind of my letter where I'm talking about, you know, what the intentions are of the property. So I'm originally from New York, and I've visited Lancaster County since I was a kid. So when myself and my husband went to purchase the property, you know, it was pretty intentful. We came down, we liked the neighborhood. It's close to a lot of things and a lot of areas that I'm frequented from childhood. And it's a place where I wanted to, you know, bring my family as well. So I have 2 young kids. I have a son and a daughter. One is 10 months, one is 3 years old. And we love coming out here. So we come out at least 4 times a year, along with, you know, my sister and other parts of our family. And we said, hey, you know, we kind of all did it together. So I am the property holder, but my family, we all kind of worked on purchasing the property together. So in the letter, you know, I'm just kind of detailing what our intentions are. I do have a local property manager that helps me to upkeep the property. So the outside of the property, inside of the property. There's a listing company that I work with that I would work with to list the property to be rented. It's called Evolve, and they list it on multiple platforms to have it rented out.
We do have rules for guest counts. We do have rules for occupancy. No parties or events would be held in the home. You know, we want it to be a family home, obviously. The way I decorated the home and put the home together was really, you know, for my family and for other families to be able to come to the home instead of having to stay in a hotel. And we know there's plenty of things to do in the neighborhood for families as well. The second part of it is, I think, just photos of the home and how it looks, so you guys can, you know, see, you know, what I'm actually doing. The next part is I was trying to reach out to the neighbor, which is 519, which I think is currently under an LLC, and there's another party in ownership. I tried to reach out to that person a couple of ways. So I sent a couple of certified letters, again, detailing what our intentions were with the property to kind of get, I'm assuming, permission is what we're looking for. I didn't hear back. I also tried via email, and I didn't hear back from them either. So at bare minimum, I would say they know this is happening. You know, I left my name, I left my email address, I left my mailing address, you know, if they wanted to kind of voice any concerns that, you know, they would have. And I haven't heard back. So that's what happened with that. Okay, yeah.
I don't think there's anybody in that home.
Yeah,
currently,
it's currently
for
vacant.
sale.
That's right, yes. It recently listed for sale because I think initially, we've been down here quite a bit. There was nothing, and then I think we just recently came and saw a for sale sign.
What's the duration of rentals you plan for each guest?
So I know the maximum I think someone can stay is 30 days. And the minimum I have the booking for will be set to 2 nights.
And parking,
There's 2 spots in the back of the home.
and do you have those parking spots?
Yes, they're in front, yeah. Street parking.
Do you know the capacity that you would have in the household?
Maximum will be 6.
6.
Mhm.
And how many bedrooms?
There's 3 bedrooms.
And that includes children, correct?
It does.
Are you gonna have anybody act like a host?
Yeah, so the property manager would act as a host. So handling anything that the guests would need in real time would be for the property manager. Or anything, I guess, that gets out of hand as well.
And how quickly can they respond?
Karen, how quickly can you respond?
No, you can't ask her.
Well, if you want to call her as a witness and have her sworn or
Yes.
affirmed,
Can we do that,
you
please?
can do that.
Okay.
And spell your name and state your name, obviously.
My name is Karen Travers, Karen Travers. The question was,
How quickly can you respond if there's an issue?
And can you go
this probably
Closer.
35 minutes,
closer
35,
to the microphone?
35 minutes max.
35 minutes.
It actually depends where we are. A lot of times we're out here, we have other properties that are in Marietta, Mountjoy, there's a couple in York. We're a lot in Palmyra and that area out there in Hershey. So we could be here probably 30 minutes.
You said you're from Palmyra?
No, I actually live in Dillsburg.
Oh,
We have a-
Billsburg. Got
We
it.
have about 30 different properties that we handle for
Okay.
the Airbnb short-term rentals.
I see.
We handle the cleaning, the maintenance, the yard work.
Mhm.
With our packages, for the properties that we handle full service, we put cameras in, one out front, one in the back. We also use the Minute device. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Mhm.
It's like a smoke alarm. You install it in the ceiling.
Mhm.
It picks up the noise, helps us to know whether there's a loud party going off. Or it also does the cell phone count, counts your cell phones and computers to let us know how many people are in the home. So we set it to a certain maximum. Every property has different amount of people that are allowed in. So hers would be 6, so it would be set to that. Anything, say 8 or 10 people would come in, we would get pings on our phones to let us know there is multiple people. Then we would check the cameras to make sure that there isn't a party going on or anything like that. And we haven't had any kind of problems with that, with the short-term rentals. 99% of the time, things are very good. A lot of people come in just to visit their family. Hershey Park brings a lot of people in as well.
For the short-term rental aspect, are you going to, what would be the maximum number of persons that you would rent to on a short-term basis? I mean, guests, I just think on
The maximum would be 6.
6.
Chantal, did you advertise your property before?
Before this meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Because
it
I
was,
thought I saw it online somewhere.
yeah, so it was on Air, it's still on Airbnb all the days of this one.
Yeah.
So it was initially on Airbnb, and then when I was notified that, I needed a special,
Right.
special exception, I had to cancel the booking.
I did a good job advertising it. Pictures were beautiful.
For the record, so that the record would be complete, there are requirements for short-term rentals at section 220-30A48. Excuse me. And you are requesting a variance that it be in a detached dwelling to allow it in an attached structure, correct? Minimum of 2 off-street parking spaces shall be provided, and you have 2 off-street parking spaces. Will you register annually and comply with the borough's residential rental registration and inspection requirements? Will you comply with any state, federal, county, or local laws? No persons other than the members of the entity renting the short-term rental shall be allowed on the premises during the period of occupancy. No planned personal or business events shall be held at the short-term rental. Do you agree? Use of recreational vehicles, campers, or tents for occupancy is prohibited. Do you agree? No overnight guests other than members of the entity renting the facility. Do you agree? Occupancy shall be limited to no more than 2 persons per designated bedroom. Do you agree? No pets other than service animals will be allowed. Property shall be cleaned and made deficiency-free following each occupancy. Following each occupancy, the property shall be inspected by the owner or agent before reoccupancy. Before each new occupancy, the property owner or agent shall email or fax the Borough of Columbia a list of the number of tenants contracted to occupy the dwelling. A knock box shall be installed in an approved manner and contain all keys to the property. Will you do that? Okay. Property shall be supplied with a basic first aid kit and the contact information for the owner or manager, trash and recycling information, and a list of local emergency contacts. Will you have that in the dwelling? Thank you.
Would you be opposed if we put a special exception into this with, sometimes we host historic tours or we celebrate things throughout our town? Would you, if you were asked, would you think about the idea of being on a historic tour for your property. Okay.
Have you already rented this property?
So I did rent it twice, before I had my the need for the special exception. But again, I did cancel.
Any more questions?
Does the borough wish to present any evidence?
We do not.
Does anyone in the audience wish to ask questions or present testimony? Seeing none, I will say that if the borough grants an application, or the zoning hearing board has standard conditions that it imposes. Those conditions are that the applicant comply with and adhere to the testimony, that any violation of the conditions is a violation of the zoning ordinance and punishable as such, that the conditions are binding on the applicant. In this case, it would be the co-owner, since you said your husband is a joint owner, and successor owners of the property, and that any renovations, which it doesn't sound like there would be any, would comply with the building code and other applicable regulations. And in accordance with the municipality's planning code, the applicant pay 1/2 of the appearance fee of the court reporter. And since there's no one to present more evidence, it would be appropriate, unless the borough zoning hearing board members have more questions, to adopt a motion to close the record.
Since there's no more questions, can I get a motion to close the record?
I mentioned the place already.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Close the record. Do we need an executive session? Do we need decision?
I would like an executive session.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're going to call us back to order. Do I have a motion on the floor?
I'll move to approve the application with conditions as read by the solicitor.
Will the solicitor please read the conditions that are added to the variance?
Okay, the conditions are: one, the applicant shall maintain the historic integrity of the exterior of the structure. Two, the applicant shall consider participating in the historic tour if asked to do so. Three, the applicant shall comply with the representations made in the letter submitted as part of the application to the zoning hearing board and the standard conditions that were previously discussed, that the applicant comply with and adhere to the testimony that a violation of the conditions is a violation of the zoning ordinance and punishable as such, that the conditions are binding on the applicant, the co-owner, and successor owners of the property, and that the applicant, in accordance with the municipality's planning code, reimburse the borough for 1/2 of the appearance fee of the court reporter.
Do I have a second to the motion?
I second.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Chairperson Preston,
Yes.
Vice Chair Haynes,
Yes.
Member Greenblatt,
Yes.
Member Boucher,
Yes.
Member Bunting.
Yes.
Motion carries. Welcome.
Thank
Do we
you.
have any other business this evening to discuss?
Move to adjourn.
Hold on a second. Our next scheduled hearing date is August 27th. If we have any applicants that are received before then in the timely manner. And I have a motion on the floor to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And the motion passes to adjourn.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any applications for next month?
No, ma'am, and tomorrow's the deadline. So,
Oh, you said there's nothing for next month?
no, tomorrow's the deadline. Yeah.